Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to take a bit of a preview at obviously the Lord Slug, who is releasing on Global NJP, and his banner unit. And I'm actually excited for Lord Slug. I think he should hopefully fill a lot of gaps. We'll have to see just how big a deal he is, but let's dive into it. He also releases a new category called Demonic Power. So Lord Slug is a demonic power in human deeds or movie bosses category lead of 170%, who also has 30% for terrifying conquerors or space traveling warriors. Demonic power very much could be a category that gains a lot more prevalence with Dragon Ball Daima, along also with the ability to just throw in a lot of different units. Demon King Piccolo, for example, should probably make an appearance here, so it's very exciting for what it could entail. But yeah, demonic power in human deeds movie bosses I think is very interesting, and yeah, I think overall it could be very cool. In terms of his passive, that's something that's let's say quite big and quite long. So basically he has attack and activates the entrance animation once only, attack of 200% and damage reduction of 33% for the rest of battle, and creates the domain effect Earth Shrouded in Clouds for 3 turns from his entry turn when there's another 3 or more demonic power category allies on the team. Other than that, he has Ki +2, attack and defense of 200% and damage reduction of 33%. So immediately on a demonic power team, he has 63% damage reduction, which is quite high. He launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super. He gets an additional attack and defense of 50% with each attack performed up to 200%. He foresees enemies' super attacks within the character's attacking turn, starting from the turn in which he receives the 5th attack in battle. He recovers 6% HP when HP is 66% or less, and recovers 10% at the end of the character's attacking turn, and all allies Ki +2 while the domain Earth Shrouded in Clouds is active. So immediately very interesting, 63% damage reduction, a huge amount of stats each time that he's building up that 50% attack and defense. It's going to be huge, forcing super attacks, big healing, basically up to 16% in a turn, and he gives allies 2 Ki while the domain's up. Is very good. I remember that 50%, so that additional 200% is multiplicative to his base 200%. So he's going to have very high attack and defense, and also very high damage reduction, and he foresees super attacks. So definitely a very strong unit. His active skill can be activated when HP is 6% or less, or starting from the 4th turn of battle, massively raising his attack temporarily, causing ultimate damage to the enemy. His link sets are Demonic Ways, Metamorphosis, Namekians, Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, Nightmare, and Fierce Battle. Big Bad Bosses, Metamorphosis, and Thirst for Conquest are huge for him, and basically mean that he can link up pretty much with any big time extreme unit. He's on Demonic Power in Human Deeds, movie bosses, Namekians, Dragon Ball Seekers, Terrifying Conquerors, Space Traveling Warriors, and Power of Wishes, and he raises his attack and defense for 1 turn, whilst causing immense damage with a great chance of stunning the enemy. His domain effect gives demonic power category allies plus 15% attack and defense, and increases damage received by 10% for superclass enemies or 15% for Earthbred Fighters category enemies. So very similar to what we've seen before. Overall, I think Lord Slug is actually really good. I think he's really good. Obviously he doesn't directly help Namekians a lot, maybe, as some people might like, but he's absolutely massive on that demonic power category, which I think is very big. I think, if they're going to introduce a new category, they give us this big, strong, powerful unit. I think that's huge. And I think as well, all things considered, he's quite solid. I think, he has a very good presence. I think he fills a lot of roles. Demonic Power as a category right now includes him. It includes a lot of Gohans. It includes a lot of Piccolos. We've got Demon King Piccolos, Piccolo Power Awakening, baseline Piccolos. We've got Majunia, So it includes a lot of Piccolos. It includes Nail as well, so it covers the whole of Namekians, which is very interesting. And I think for me, it's a very interesting category. So it could be something that's really huge overall. Obviously, he has his banner unit, which is Angila and Medamatcha. Medamatcha? What? I don't even know. Angila and Medamatcha. And yeah, they're just an interesting, like, baseline banner unit. Demonic Power, Joint Forces, 130%. Those are Conquest, Demonic Ways, Nightmare, Attack of the Clones, Loyalty, Tag Team, Terror, Fierce Battle. They are similar, as always, to, like, these banner units that release, like Ginyu Force or Turles' team. You know, they're kind of filling in a role where they can support the main unit. They have a high chance of evasion. They launch an additional attack. There's a high chance of becoming a super. They have attack and defense of 150%. Extreme class category allies get Ki +3, defense of 30%. Additional attack and defense of 30% and Ki +1 for those who are demonic power. So there's 60% support there. In terms of defense, 2 Ki, attack of 30%, which is all great. They get an additional attack and defense of 40% up to 200% and chance of evasion plus 4% with each attack performed. So they can have 70% evasion in total, which is pretty good. And their stats should be relatively high actually after performing those attacks. They launch an additional attack. There's a great chance of becoming a super attack, starting from the turn in which they perform the third attack in battle. And I mean, these passes are getting ridiculous, or it's just maybe the way they're showing it, but they launch an additional attack. There's a high chance of going a super attack starting from the turn in which they perform the 6th attack in battle. So they can build a lot of additionals. They launch an additional super attack if the target enemy is stunned, sealed, or if there's an Earthbred Fighters category enemy. So a lot of additionals built in. They need that to help build them up. Evasion built in, so you can just give them crit. They're a good support unit. They fulfill that role. They are only on one category, so it makes sense for them to be pretty good. They're very similar to like an improved version of Jason Berta, who you would have used if you'd used the Ginyu Force at all. Let's take a look at their animations and Lord Slugs and see what we think. But I think overall it's a very good unit. Depending on the banner, it could be something you might be tempted to summon on. I know I might be. I really want to play with Namekians, so this could be a banner for you if you're a green boy. So overall the animations are, pretty good. The general banner unit is like 2 scenes they get to pull from, because I think Piccolo beats the Toad guy in like 30 seconds, and then you have this guy with a mouth cannon attack. It's really nothing too crazy. It's done well, but it's nothing crazy. Lord Slug, I think is done really well. Obviously, it's a movie. For people who don't know how these things work, Dokkan pulls on references, so they reanimate, but they do a lot of referencing, so cell referencing and animation referencing. Movies tend to produce better animations because the budget is better, so the reference cells are better, so the references are better. It's very simple. The higher the budget for the scene, the better the animations tend to look overall. It's also a reason why a lot of DB shots work well. Android Cell Saga, certain shots work really well. Just in general, like your big moments will work really, really well. Smaller moments where they have to flesh out a lot of in-between scenes with custom animations won't. Lord Slug benefits from being a movie, and he looks really good. Obviously, I think it's just a really cool animation. So yeah,